people's choice, and salute to all my light-skinned brothers out there.
Jess Hilarious.
Jess for the worldwide best.
Jess don't do no lying.
And Charlamagne the God.
Donkey of the day.
Everybody come to the Breakfast Club. I call this the hot seat.
Y'all alive.
Breakfast Club is like being on America's front porch.
Don't feel like my rich cousins that never talk to me tonight.
Every time I go to the Breakfast Club, I know it's going to be like a good one.
I'm getting
I'm dialing.
Hey, what you doing, man?
I'm dialing. I'm calling you.
This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Miss Terrence, good morning. How y'all doing this morning?
What's up, Terrence?
What's up, King?
What's up, man? I'm up calling from Newport News from Detroit, but I had a question. I've been a member of the Black Man Don't Cheat community for 15 years now. Faithful member.
There you go.
Nice.
There you go.
And I think we all got, and I'm proud of y'all brothers for bringing that attention, but we got to stick together. We got to show more support for brothers in the industry, because I think I'm a chairman, but I think Papoose the president, for Black Men Don't Cheat. Would you agree with that?
Is Papoose the president for Black Men Don't Cheat?
The poster boy, for being loyal, faithful, stick by his queen no matter what.
Well,
when she shine, he step back.
Well, what are you talking about? They not together no more. I mean, Remy, he would Clarissa
I know.
now.
Yeah, but he's saying like he never cheated type situation.
He's never been faithful. My thing is, if we support Papoose, why do we got to hear the woman that cheated on him every time we hear Dunk the other day?
You want to hear?
Yo.
Wow. I don't know if Remy cheated.
You might well say, instead of Dunk the other day, we might want to call it Superhead with the spread.
I don't know if Remy cheated. I don't know about any of this, love and hip hop soap opera you're talking about right now.
So he's saying that you need to get Clarissa Shields to do the donkey of the day thing.
Yeah. Show some respect for their relationship.
We
got to brag with that brother.
He don't know the ins and outs. It ain't his business.
Yeah, here's the biggest thing about being a faithful black man. Mind your business, okay?
Hey,
worry about you and yours. As long as you're not cheating, that's all that matters.
Yeah, that's a true statement too. But I still think, just the sight of it looks crazy.
I don't know.
They got everything. Are you stupid? Are you dumb? I mean, are you serious?
I don't know anybody else's resume, brother. I really don't know.
Okay, y'all right. So we ain't gonna start that. I just had to get that off my chest, man. I appreciate y'all.
Yes,
y'all
sir.
keep it up, though, man. I'm riding with y'all till the wheels fall off.
Thank
you, brother.
Hello, who's this?
All right, this is Kane of Mansfield, Ohio.
What's up, Kane? Get it off your chest, brother.
All right, well, with all the negativity going on in the world, I just wanted to call in and remind folks to thank God, and it's a lot of stress going out there, and sometimes you just gotta get on your knees and just pray to Him sometimes.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Every day.
Yep.
So, I just wanted to, I know y'all talk about Trump and everything every morning, and y'all be having me weak every morning. I'm driving to Toledo right now, and y'all be making my mornings, man. Y'all is funny as hell.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, sir. Where you calling from?
Mansfield, Ohio.
Mansfield, Ohio. What station you listen to us on? Are you listening on the iHeartRadio app?
I listen to Apple Music, but 106.7 The Beat is on there.
Okay.
Right, that's what it is.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Hey, Charlamagne, leave them people alone, man.
Who?
You be clowning people, man.
He said all people.
Leave all people alone.
I told you.
But no, I appreciate y'all listening to me, and I'm gonna remind them again. Thank God for what you got.
All right, thank you, brother. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
It's a new day.
This is your time to get it off your chest,
Wake up.
whether you're mad or blessed.
It's time to get up and get something.
Call up now. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, this Shad from Atlanta.
What's up, brother Shad? What up? Get it off your chest.
What's good? Good morning, all. I love you all. I listen to you all the time in one way or another. I just had time this morning because I usually be at work, so I called in. But I love you guys, man. I just want to say, none of y'all lads can read. I shout out to Morgan Wood, Mimi, and Bree. If they come in on a professional end, and they put y'all in on game with their reading, because y'all be messing up, man, for real. I love you, though.
We're not perfect.
None of us can read.
He said we
what
can't
are you
read.
talking about?
Yeah, you can't. You just said fixes yesterday.
I
You're right. You got 4 books out and you just said fictions.
But that ain't got nothing to do with reading. That's grammar, sir.
That is reading. There's reading, calling words, getting words right. When you read, you don't get your words right. When you write your own stuff, I don't even know if you write your own stuff.
I do write my own stuff, but I didn't use proper grammar. but that don't got nothing to do with not being able to read.
Being able to read, yes. You mess up paragraphs all the time, all y'all. I love y'all, though.
Well, we love you back, Shad. Thank you so much.
I would love to hear your reading skills, but you got to know the difference between...
You're being judgmental.
You need to know the difference between literacy and not using proper grammar. I didn't use proper grammar. And I will continue not to use proper grammar because I'm black.
Say you never do. Say subscribe.
Subscribe. That's not grammar either. That's just me mispronouncing. Subscribe. I'm mispronouncing.
Grammarly, no, it's not right.
Grammarly's not a word.
Whatever. All right. Whatever.
Hello, who is this?
Hi, this is April from South Carolina.
Hey,
April.
What part are you calling from, April?
I am from Charleston, South Carolina.
843. What's happening?
Yes, I'm a dental hygienist, and I have to speak out about what is getting me right now.
Them stinky ass root canals.
No, in Arizona, they just passed a law that dental assistants can clean teeth. And I personally would not want someone without a license touching my mouth.
Right.
Ooh, okay.
Using sharp instruments.
Yeah.
The public needs to know the truth, and you need to protect your families. And I'm speaking up for all dental hygienists across the United States. Please ask for a licensed professional.
Mm-hmm.
So listen, if I'm going to the dentist today to get my teeth cleaned, but when you walk into the dentist, everybody in there is a licensed professional, right?
No, not the people at the front desk.
The dental assistants have a certificate. The dental hygienist has a dental license, just like a driver's license. The dentist has a license to do no harm to the public. The dental assistant does not have a license. In Arizona, without a license, they can use sharp instruments in your mouth. They just passed the law.
Well, glad I was
So be
in Arizona.
careful out there.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
They said it's cheaper
Be
to get
careful.
these unlicensed people.
Do no harm. Do no harm to the public.
We
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
that public service announcement, man.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Have a
Be
good
safe
day.
out there. Have a good day.
Yes,
All right,
ma'am.
now. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Loren LoRosa is here. We got a special guest in the building.
Yes,
We
indeed.
have Pastor Jamal Bryant. Welcome, brother.
Thank you, sir. Good to be with y'all.
How you feeling this morning?
Feel great.
Let's talk about the 40-day fast at Target.
Yes.
And this is something that you're trying to put into play, and why? I'm not trying. You are putting it into play, but why?
So people are asking, Envy, why did we pick Target when Walmart out of order, McDonald's is out of order, John Deere's out of order, Bank of America's out of order,
Amazon
is out of order.
right.
Is we wanted to go, the African proverb says, if you want to eat an elephant, do one piece at a time. So we picked Target first for several reasons. Number one, Target is headquartered in the same city George Floyd was killed. When George Floyd was killed, Target came out, made an announcement that they're going to invest $2 billion in the black business. $2 billion. Drum roll. And it starts December of 2025. When Trump made the announcement January of 2025, they dishonored that commitment. So we wanted to hold them accountable because when they made the pledge, it had nothing to do with DEI. Secondly, I am embarrassed, Breakfast Club, to say to you, Negroes spend $12 million a day in Target. And I don't know any black business that amasses that much money in any singular day.
Is it $12 million a day?
A day. Number three, Target is on 27 college campuses and not one HBCU. Number four, outside of the federal government, Target is the largest employer of black people. There are 400,000 black people on payroll and don't honor us. So if we're giving that kind of money, that much human capital, and to not honor us, I think is dismally disrespected. And because they're publicly traded, we wanted to see what will happen in those 40 days that shows the data. This is the impact when black people walk away, and to share it with those sharecrops. So it will not just be 40 days, but every movement has to have a benchmark. It's got to have a strategy, and you got to have some data.
What do
Why
you
are
say?
you calling it a fast and not a boycott?
Yeah, I called it a fast because this was a call to the black church to become active. Something happened silently that scholars and historians are going to have to pay attention to. The rise of Black Lives Matter, Charlamagne, was the very first movement of civil rights for black people that was not birthed out of the church. The very first civil rights movement that happened that didn't have a religious leader at the front. And so the black church is going backwards. This is the largest demographic of black people since we've been in America who don't go to church at all, who don't subscribe to organized religion. We're at 28%. The largest amount of black people who self-identify as atheists, who say they don't believe in God, don't believe in nothing. So this was a call specifically for black Christians to show the younger generation our head is not in the sand. We're a part of it, but we're aligning it with prayer. That those 40 days is a high holy season for the Christian community. We're praying because this is a spiritual warfare that we're under with J.D. Vance and Donald Trump. With all of the things that are happening with these executive orders, marching is good, protesting is necessary, petitions are important. But if we don't bring a spiritual grounding to it, I think that we're going to miss it. During the Montgomery bus boycott, that last 381 days, what nobody talks about is for 381 days, every night they went back to the church for prayer. So I think that in the movement, you've got to have a faith entity intertwined in it in order for you to move forward.
What do you say to some of the people that have black products in Target? That
Yes.
they say that, because of this boycott, if a boycott happens and people are stopping to go to Target, that is going to affect their products even more. I know we had the co-founders of Rucker Roots on the Breakfast Club.
Yeah,
we had the
LM,
founder of
Ione.
the Lip Bar.
Yeah.
And they were saying that if people don't come into the store, which Target is their hugest manufacturer, their hugest buyer. So what happens to those products?
Number one, the Lip Bar and all of those entities understand a new thing out called drop ship. You don't have to go in a physical store to help them. Because of that, in foresight, we partner with the U.S. Black Chamber of Commerce. So every person that goes to targetfast.org, within an hour, I send you a digital directory of 300,000 black businesses across the country. So we don't want those businesses to be adversely impacted. We want people to support them, but do it online. I can support the Lip Bar and not go into Target to do it. I can go online to do it. And so I think that as innovative and creative people as black people are, let's do it online. We do everything else online. So let's support them. And the 1,000 black vendors who are placed in Target, we're going to prominently place on the website so that you'll be able to find them quickly without any pause.
Two things to what you're saying. So the first thing, when they were up here, they talked about the inventory and just how much money they have to put ahead to be in these stores that comes out of their own pocket that they will lose out on if people do not, if they're not supporting these companies or whatever. So even if you're buying it from their website, because they're already in contract for this amount of inventory allotted to Target, they lose out. They don't profit on that now.
Yeah, well, that money has already been spent. A movement comes with inconvenience. It came that same argument happened in the Montgomery bus boycott. The question was asked, what do we do for the bus mechanics who are all black? So what they did is they pulled all of those bus mechanics out of Montgomery and set up garages at the churches. What nobody is talking about is 4 mechanic shops came out of it. So I understand that it's an inconvenience. I know we got to go a different route, but I would then say, let's up the ante. As a business principle, let's buy more to cover what is that loss. Companies take losses all the time, but a group of misguided preachers went into Target in Detroit and said, let's just buy black inventory and come out. You're still supporting Target. So I think that we've got to come away, even if we got to raise the price in order to make the balance, let's do it. One of the things that black people do wrong, whenever it is we're supporting black business, we always want a discount. Let's pay full price and support them. Let's not just do it with lip service, but let's do it through the investment.
And we're still kicking it with Pastor Jamal Bryant. Loren,
The women from Roques, Ione Jameson and Ellen Sellers talked about how even in Walmart's, majority of their clientele that they make a large amount of their money off of on those products, they don't have the access to the .com. So being able to walk in, like it's just different in some of the lower rural areas.
Yes.
So being able to walk into a Walmart or a Target helps them as far as inventory and creates access for those people. What about that?
But yeah, I think that we've got to ask ourselves, what is the principle? And is the principle more important than the profit? You've got a whole lot of churches who have space that is underutilized and underused. The fact that in 2025, we don't have a minority-owned retail space to direct people on says that we got to reevaluate how we do business. So going into Target to buy whatever this product is, to say, hey, forget that they don't honor us. Forget that they've disrespected the George Floyd family. Forget that they are only allowing black people on entry-level positions. Let's do it for lipstick. I think that we're losing the larger conversation. I want to see the sisters win. I want to see them do overwhelmingly well. But I think that we got to get into a room and figure out, how do we make it more accessible for those in rural areas? I don't think that the answer is to keep shooting ourselves in the foot and then ask for a cast.
Well, will we ever get there, Pastor? Like, you know, we want to get there, right?
Yeah.
Will we ever own our own Target/Walmart? Will we ever own our own car manufacturer?
Yeah.
Will we ever own our own so we can rely on it? It just seems like we're far stretched from that.
Yeah, so one of the things that we're asking for Target to do, and for all of the demands that we're asking of Target, please go to targetfast.org. I'm asking Target to partner with 10 HBCUs to show our businesses how to scale up and to go into the retail space. Reverend Sharpton is one of my mentors, but in the history of black people, we have never marched black people into a white business to say, spend money here. So we got to figure out how it is that we really reroute and redirect so that we can create an ecosystem for us to be able to do it. I think that is possible, but there's a plan that has to be afoot in order to make it done.
I saw you say that Target has been trying to reach out to you.
Yes.
But you I'm going to talk to no diversity officer.
You may not have a job next week.
Yeah.
You reached out during Black History Month. I don't know if you're going to make it to St. Patrick's Day. So I need somebody who got some job security and got some influence to make a decision. I think this generation don't want symbolic wins. They want substantive strides. Right. And if you're just doing that to say we met, we talked, all the street credibility is gone. Right. I need somebody who can make a decision. And you got to ask, Envy, what's in the mind of a CEO that can lose $12 million a day and say, I'm not me?
So the person that reached out to you felt had no influence.
Yeah, not enough influence.
Got you.
Yeah, so you're going to send the black people out to talk to the black
guy go talk to the black guy. We'll see what your people mad about.
Settle them down.
Got you.
Yeah, no. I need to talk to the CEO, or I need to talk to somebody who was on that board of Target, or who can really help me understand where you are. And if you all are being punked by J.D. Vance and Trump, tell me that. And let's figure out how we can walk alongside each other.
But we know that's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is. But
exactly
tell me that. Yeah.
When you so I know that in talking about meeting, eventually y'all want to have a conversation, or there is something scheduled, right? You guys will be meeting June 12th in Minneapolis.
That's when their stockholders meeting is.
Oh, their shareholders meeting.
Yes,
okay.
Yeah. So we are planning on going there. I'm hoping that we have resolved by then.
That's what I was getting to.
Yes. We can't wait till June. But June 12th, and there now is an underground murmur that they don't even want to do an in-person shareholders meeting. They want to do it by Zoom.
Because they don't want you guys to show up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. But that's why it's important for you to have the data to show how this has been impacted, how much money you've lost in the stock, and what is at stake. So we wanted to take all of that to the shareholders meeting June 12th.
My last question for you, where are you at now numbers-wise? Because I know you were looking to get 100,000 people by this Wednesday the 5th when it starts, and you were at
We are at 110,000 people
Got you.
Have come, and we did it before we ever got to the Breakfast Club.
Mm-hmm.
So now, y'all, we got to get to 150. We got to get to 150 because numbers is power. It was important for me to have tangible evidence of how many people are standing behind us, that is not just a post. It's not just likes and shares, but 100,000 people. I can press a button and send an email to say, hey, we outside in Target. Hey, we in Cincinnati. so that the people at Target know that we mean business, that is not just symbolism, but there's substance behind it.
Well, how can people get behind you?
Go to targetfast.org. It's just one word. There you'll see what is our list of demands. When it is that you sign up for Target Fast, I'm going to send you a digital directory to those 300,000 businesses. And even for those of you who don't go to church or watch online, I'm going to send you a daily prayer devotional so that you can stay focused, no pun intended, so you can stay on target for what it is that we're trying to get done.
All right. Well, we appreciate you for joining us this morning. Again,
thank you.
That's targetfast.org. And thank you so much, brother.
Man, thank you. And when y'all come to Atlanta, I'm coming through. Okay. I ain't even got a ticket. I'm coming.
Oh, you know Charlamagne soon.
Well, yeah, he came. Pastor Jamal has popped up to my Black Effect Podcast Festival.
Yeah. I'm coming this year.
I want to come to New Birth, man.
You got to come.
I want to come one Sunday and check it out.
Yeah, you got to come.
Absolutely.
It's room at the cross. Hey, let me say this to you.
Okay.
I'm from Baltimore. Do you know the first place I ever had crabs?
Charleston, South Carolina.
Monk's Corner.
Monk's Corner. Okay.
Monk's Corner, AME Church. Right
Pastor
there.
Jameson?
James Blake. This is back in the 80s.
All right, okay.
It was the first place I ever had crab. My family's from Georgetown, South Carolina.
Okay.
So we used to come down there every summer. But Baltimore,
the first time you had crabs and you from Baltimore?
I know. Was they better than Baltimore? They cook them with the beer?
Never. Let's not go too far.
I
was just doing trauma bonding with Charlamagne. No, Baltimore's the home of crab.
Why crab ain't no trauma?
It's trauma that I had to do it in South Carolina before I had
South
it in
Carolina is
Baltimore.
amazing for
It's
seafood.
Great. It's amazing. It's great. It's just not as good as Baltimore, but it's good. Thank y'all.
Pastor Jamal Bryant, it's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Thank you.
It's topic time. Call 800-585-1051 to join into the discussion with the Breakfast Club.
Talk about it.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. If you're just joining us, we're talking about men. What do you call it? Frontals?
Muntles, okay?
Muntles?
So when men get frontals, I call them muntles.
Okay.
Yeah, it just takes away. It just takes the femininity out of frontal.
Okay, all right.
So, I got a muntle on, you know? Then it sounds better when you say I got a muntle.
A muntle.
Male frontal can be a nudity scene, too. I just found that out the hard way when I Googled it. I Googled celebrities with male frontals, and it said 41 male celebrity male frontal scenes. It was all penises. Just want to throw that out there. So be careful when you type this.
I can't wait till Human Resources checks that computer and they're putting mad penises.
They'll seen way worse over the last 15 years.
You're right. Touche. So we're asking 800-585-1051. How do you women feel about men wearing hair pieces? Now, this comes from Rocco. If you haven't seen, salute to Rocco. Rocco has a mugshot, and in that mugshot, the middle's missing.
Rocco is a black man with a receding hairline who decided to go bald. I'm riding with you, bro. Okay, justice for Rocco. He needs to sue the police department. Okay.
All right, I'm not.
That was cruel and unusual punishment, Jess Hilarious. That's not right.
So how would you feel if your man had a frontal hairpiece glued on? You know what I mean?
I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like. I don't have a problem with men doing that. I mean, it's not fair to be like, when women balding, y'all go get frontals, and you know what I'm saying. But if you're a dude, you can't do nothing about it. Nah, I don't think that's fair. No, you can go ahead and do that. You just can't be my man. You come in the house and we both in the mirror
taking it off.
Yeah, taking it off,
little
putting
heads,
it on,
putting it on the head,
the
mannequin.
lace tint. We can't do that. We can't do that together.
Rocco shouldn't have had to take his hairpiece off for a mugshot. Okay?
How do we know he took it off? He probably didn't take it off.
That is true.
And then he don't look too bothered in the,
He did look bothered. Yeah, this is when a man ain't nobody got that posture like that. He did like this.
So we couldn't see.
So he was trying to put his head up.
So we couldn't see.
And they was like, no, tilt your head. He was fighting till he was like, damn, man, I got to tilt my butt there a minute. And he tilted the head, and then we had to see that. You know what I'm saying? I personally think that they made him take the hairpiece off. They don't make women do that when they wear wigs. When you at the airport, god damn.
Just showing us a picture.
He should have said that was a medical condition because it looks like one. Okay?
No, it don't.
Yes, it do, man.
Yeah, honestly, it do. Like I said, it just looked like his head is like deformed. That's what it looked like.
Yes, man. That's not right, man. Justice for Rocco. And I think it's disgusting that we live in a world where a man has to even wear a hairpiece. Okay? Think about how free George Jefferson used to be.
You're right.
Bald in the top, hair on the sides. Look at that.
Yeah. Rocco looked clean in that picture.
And he looked 20 years younger.
20
That's
years
right.
younger.
Okay? Homie the Clown, bald in the top, hair on the sides. It used to be a time where men could proudly rock that look. Not nowadays because of judgmental people like Jess Hilarious. Justice for Rocco.
I'm not. He home, and there's no more justice he can get, yo. That's it.
That mugshot should not be all over the internet,
and he
man.
shouldn't have committed the crimes. If he would have never committed a crime, we would have never known.
By the way, what was the crime?
I don't know.
Be in the public without a hat on? I don't know. Lock him up. If he was in the public without a hat on, then he got to go to jail.
But thank God they didn't do the side picture, too, because usually they do the front and then the side.
How we know they did it?
Because they would have been released by now. And it's not just Rocco. There's a Spanish artist. What's the name of the Spanish artist?
Justice for Rocco.
Anuel. Remember he was performing?
Yeah, and it blew
off. So, yeah.
Justice for Rocco, man. That ain't right, man.
Let's go to the phone lines. We got Venus on the line. Venus, good morning.
Good morning.
Would you mind if your man had a hairpiece?
No, as long as it looked good and it didn't look like a wig.
You'd be fine with it.
Whatever it took to enhance the fineness, I guess.
Now, what about at night when you got to take it off and you got to put it on the mannequin next to your wig?
No, that's crazy. I would probably tease him though. If he wasn't super sensitive about it.
See,
you call him.
Tease him.
You call him from that 843. You know damn well you don't want no man with no hairpiece.
Yeah, man. If he can take it off now, Charlamagne. He can't take it off. That ain't cool.
But he gonna have to take it off. You take your wigs off.
Nah, that's the That's the difference between.
That's a girl.
Yeah.
Hey, baby.
Hey, baby.
But listen, Charlamagne, did you make you take your wig off when you go to jail? Females, only time you can't take it off if it's sewn in or working. But they make you take your wig off.
Well, Rocco should have said he had a sew in, man. Because there's no need for that thing to come off anytime.
But ladies, if you dating a guy with a hairpiece, how do y'all go on vacation? Can he swim with it?
Nah, hell no. Well, it depends on the type. There's different types of glues. There's different levels of glue.
Because you go in the water and your hairpiece be floating.
It is different levels of glue. You got to get arrogant Tay to do your mantle. That's it. That's it.
Just ask it. Amber, hello, Amber.
Hi, this is Amber in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Good morning.
Hey,
We're
girl.
talking about men. Would you date a man with a hairpiece?
Absolutely.
Why?
I mean, to be fair, I wear wigs all the time.
So you don't mind it?
Health conditions. Nope.
What's the health condition? Alopecia?
Alopecia.
Oh, you got cancer. That's what I'm saying. Rocco should have said it was a medical condition or something, and this piece cannot come off. That's what he should have said.
Man, if he said that to me and I was the guard, I'd be like, you already know.
No, I would have. I mean, damn. See, I don't like to play like that either, though.
No.
God
I would have
damn.
played that one.
You don't
I know
got
how
no
to
more
play
hair
that
left.
one.
Why?
Huh?
Why you can't play like that?
No, because I don't want to be like I got cancer. You know what I'm saying? Like
I wouldn't went that far. I would have said the alopecia.
That's
I would have
alopecia. Yeah, say alopecia.
Yeah, it was
people
alopecia.
always lie about that.
I don't know if people care about alopecia like that. Alopecia don't hit hard as cancer. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But I wouldn't want to play like that. You know, with saying I got
when
cancer.
you put survivor on it and it's different, like, yo, I'm an alopecia survivor, then that makes you
Yo, I hate y'all. 800-585-1051. Ladies, would you date a man with a hairpiece? Now, Crystal, I tried to click on you, Crystal, and you hung up. Call back. Now, Crystal, she says she actually does hair units for men in Detroit. Call back.
Oh,
yeah, she does it for in Detroit. I would love to know how much it costs, what's the procedure, and the glue. I would love to know.
This nigga said a procedure is an install, yo. It's not a procedure.
It's not install.
You installed it like we get our wig units installed. If you're a man and you taking that route, you got to get your mantle installed.
Sounds crazy. It comes in a box.
Procedure sounds even crazier.
You gonna argue with the people who get it done all the time?
You're right. I don't get it done all the time. First of all, now I left mantles. I mean, y'all said I left the mantles alone a long time ago. Hey, yo, I been stopped.
You ain't
getting
never
frontals,
beaten
yo.
allegations. You get mantles?
Mantles. 800-585-1051. Call us up now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Hey, yo.
The Breakfast Club.
X about me.
Relationship problems?
X about me.
You need to beat your coworker's ass.
X about me.
Your coworker need to beat your ass? Call it up. It's Dr. Jess, and I'm here to fix your mess. It's getting very much messy. Let me fix it.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. It's time for Jess Fix My Mess. Hello, who's this?
Hi, yes, this is Alyssa, calling from Jersey.
What's up, Alyssa from Jersey? What's your question for Jess?
Okay, so my daughter's father, me and him became kind of like best friends. Like, he became more like an older brother to me than more like a baby father. Like, I mean, like, even open, he basically has an open invitation to all of my family functions. Like, he don't even have to be invited. Like, he know he can show up, no problem, whatever. So me and him, we used to sit or talk on the phone all the time. Like, I would tell him what's going on in my life. He would tell me what's going on with his life. I have 3 other kids that's not his. I would talk, about my kids, about like nothing. So one day I'm going through my daughter's phone because she's a teenager. I periodically check my kid's phone.
That's right.
And I see messages from, he has a whole girlfriend that I knew nothing about. And I see messages from this girl texting my daughter saying how much he missed her and how much he loved my daughter. So at that point, like, I feel disrespected because I'm like, I thought we was like cool, you know? I thought we was friends. Like, I thought we had a good co-parent relationship. Like, you know, so why is it that we could sit on the phone and talk for hours, but you didn't feel comfortable enough to tell me that, you know what I'm saying, you had a female. And not only that, like, you was leaving my daughter around her. Now, I'm not mad about that because my daughter she's a teenager. She can open her mouth and she can say whatever she want to say. But as her mom, I feel like I deserve the right to know where my kid going to be at when she's not in my presence, especially since he lives 8 hours away from me.
Okay. I totally understand. All right. Now, you said a mouthful, and I'm going to just tackle this part because I can sympathize with you with that because me and my son's dad are the same way. You know, we call each other brother and sister. We're cool. He's invited to all of my family functions as I'm invited to his. I treat his kids with the same respect I treat my kids with. Like, we all intermingle. Everything is cool, right? Now, now if Rome didn't tell me that he had a girlfriend, I would not be that upset because I understand what you're saying. You feel more so betrayed by your friend that he didn't come to you with this information because y'all talk about everything else. You feel like, why the hell you couldn't tell me that she was in a relationship? What's up? But you shouldn't be that angry about it. And listen, are there any feelings there for him or be honest, like, is there any chance that y'all whatever reconcile enough to be back together? Do you have that? You still got a little crush on your baby dad? I'm not talking about like you like him in the slightest way. Like, is there anything there?
So this is what I will say.
Yeah.
We were together in a whole other state, and when we broke up, I just packed up and left, and I came back home. So I feel like there's a lot of things in our relationship that didn't actually get closure.
And you never got that closure because you just up and left. Y'all never talked about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Y'all never talked about anything. You never. Okay. So yes, there is still some type of feelings there, and now you kind of resent him a little bit because now he has this girlfriend and things, and you feel like, yo, we didn't really even fully close our chapter, and that's probably honestly why he didn't tell you about her, because he feel the same way you feel, right?
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta still like kind of understand his point of view too. Like, I don't want to ruin me and my baby mama's relationship. We were great, although we didn't end like the greatest. We didn't give we didn't give each other any clarification on like what we were doing, you know, the end all be all of it. We never like fully said goodbye the right way or whatever. He probably feel the same way you feel, but he's 8 hours away. What do you expect for him to do? And I know you got a little something going on with somebody else too.
Right.
Yeah.
So
don't be upset. It's just a conversation.
No. I'm just saying I would have never disrespected him and given some man Link's daughter's phone number without him even knowing that this guy existed, because you basically gave this woman like full access to my child, even when she's not down there with y'all. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. How old is your daughter?
She's 13 now.
Okay. And so she didn't tell you about the lady either, huh?
Mm-mm.
You just had to go through the phone and find out.
Yeah, I happen to be going through her phone.
Yeah. I feel like it's a conversation. I feel like both of y'all still have unresolved issues and unresolved feelings. And y'all just need to meet. This ain't no phone conversation. Y'all need to see each other. And you need to tell him exactly how you feel. And I guarantee you that's going to open the door for him to tell you exactly how he feels. And I guarantee you y'all probably feel the same way.
Okay.
Yeah. But let me know. Call back up next Thursday. Do it before next Thursday so I can know.
Okay, I will.
All right, girl. Thank you.
All right, Anonymous. It's time for Jess to fix your mess. So what's your question for Jess, Mama?
Oh, God. Y'all put me in this position. So what's happening is me and my mom, my husband, we all live together. And my mother and my husband be bumping heads, like the arguments. And it's mainly about my daughter. Mm-hmm. So my husband is one of those dads that he's a good dad, but he does not pay attention to everything that happens and everything my daughter is doing. And my mother sees that, and she's very opinionated, and she talks about it.
Okay.
And she'll say something to him, and then they'll bump heads, and I just want to, like, stay in the background and not say nothing at all. But this is my husband. This is my mother.
Mm-hmm.
So
is she is your dad? I mean, not your dad. Is your husband a first-time dad?
No, but he has never been like his other daughter. She's older and she grew up in Florida. So yeah.
So it's different. Okay. Now, do y'all live with your mother or do your mother live with y'all?
Nah, she lives with us. So let me make that very clear. This was my house.
Okay, I got you. I totally got you. The thing is, that's kind of hard. I ain't about to say put mama out, but it's like, have you sat down and had a conversation with her yet about boundaries and what is going to fly in the house and what she has to respect your house. She absolutely has to respect your husband. You know, that's y'all house. Y'all don't live with her. She lives with y'all. And while she is the grandmother and the mother and your mother, there still is a line that she should not cross. You know, you're her child, but you're no longer a child.
Yeah, and that's the thing she doesn't really get.
So why can't she?
And
live
I
on
don't
her
want her to
own?
leave. She probably could. I don't know. She probably could, but it's good help for me because, like I told y'all earlier, I work 3 jobs.
I got you.
And yeah, it's just help here. Like I have help cooking, I got help cleaning, I got help, with the financials.
Well, it still could be worked out in a way where it's some type of compromise. Y'all are still 3 adults, you know, and like I said, you know, although when people get in their older age, they set in their ways, it's still she gonna have to compromise because this is not her house. You know, she's a tenant in your house. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, she is the nanny and she has roles and duties and she, you know, nobody do it like mama, but it's still boundaries and she has to understand that because if the shoe were on the other foot and you lived in her husband's house, there would certainly be boundaries. You know what I'm saying? She got to put herself in your shoes. So just sit down and have that conversation with her. I feel like you haven't yet because she's still mom and you don't want to disappoint her or disrespect her, but you're grown and y'all are 3 adults. Y'all got to make that work or the kids going to notice something too. And that's not really good to be doing in front of the kids, fighting, arguing.
Yeah, no, you're right. But I do need to have a conversation with her. I'm just like, I don't know why I'm nervous. Like,
cause that's your mom, girl, and she probably used to beat your ass when you was younger. So she's definitely probably that type of mom that don't play. But it's like, all right, ma, now I'm the mom who don't play. I'm only who you raised me to be, and you gotta respect my house, or you gonna have to go. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Jess.
No
I love
problem,
you guys.
dude.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Jasmine.
Yes.
Hey, what's your question for Jess?
Sorry. Oh, hi. I'm calling from Buffalo, New York. I'm in love with 2 dudes. I've been with one dude for 5 years, real toxic. Then I got with somebody else for 6 months, and the dude I've been with for 6 months, he be treating me like way better than the ex. But I'm still like locked in with my ex, and it's just I've been balancing both for the past 2 weeks, and I really don't know what to do.
You gotta leave one alone, especially the toxicity. I mean, is sex better with one than the other?
Yes, the ex is way better and bigger than the one that's short and stumpy, but I mean...
God damn! Jesus Christ!
If I was being honest, I got to do extra work with the new one, but...
Damn.
Yeah, but is the toxicity worth the good D? I mean, like, you got to choose. You got to choose the one that's
it's really not, because my ex, the reason why me and my ex broke up the last time, he sent me a video of him having sex with another girl, like, to get me mad. But
that's petty. So
to be honest, it didn't really... Huh?
He's a clown. He's a clown for that. You can't do that.
Yeah.
So you gotta leave him alone. Do y'all got kids together?
No, we don't. We've been together for 5 years. Like, do my thing, have fun, get 3, 4 more for the summer. Sorry for cursing. My bad.
Yeah, listen, leave him alone. But listen, if you like both, if this is the life that you want for yourself, by all means. But you called me, so I'm letting you know. Leave
I just didn't want, when he sent me that video, some girls that could have got traumatized, and what I did was, I went out. You're not going to scare me from that.
I went out.
Yeah, I watched it in full detail. I watched it from first to end. Like, so this is what you was doing? Let me get that out. Because some girls could have cried and, really been down about that, but I turned myself around, turned my frown upside down.
Look, I love it. You don't need your mess fixed. You good. Keep living your life.
And I'm from Buffalo. I can't wait to see you at the Helium Club.
I love you. I'm gonna see you later on.
All right.
She turned into lemonade.
She should have just replied back, "Thank you." Then. And if you're gonna do that, why not get your little threesome thing on? You know.
Exactly. She seemed to love this. She loved this.
What was it? Sexing me. What Biggie say? Sexing me while your man masturbates, and then did he go, You know what I'm saying?
They the only type of lyrics you quote. You with glee, like you quote gay stuff with glee
because it made sense in that context. That's why.
We're in the middle of Jess Fix My Mess, and we have Peter on the line. Peter, good morning.
Hey, great morning, guys. I appreciate y'all guys, man.
Hey, take us off Bluetooth for speaker, if you're on.
All right, is that better?
Way better. What's your question for Jess?
All right, so my old lady's a stay-at-home mom, all right? So I take care of everything, all right? So me and her got into a little spat, and she's notorious for running her car on E, all right? She told me that her car was low, and she didn't know she would make it to the gas station. So we lived about a mile away from the gas station. It was like, go ahead, you would make it to the gas station, right? So she left and went to the gas station. When she came back, she told me that she broke down, and a guy stopped to help her. The guy who stopped to help her sexually assaulted her, all right? So she said she didn't have a wallet, so she went to the gas station, got the guy paid for the gas, and she cashed up the guy back. So I asked her, I was like, well, how you got back to your car? She said she got back in the car with the dude. So I'm tripping.
She said she what? She got in the car with the dude?
She got back in the car with him. So I'm having mixed emotions about it all. Because a couple things. One thing is she blamed me. You know what I mean? Because she told me that her car was low. But, I tell her, don't let your car get for a low half. But you never know what kind of emergency is going to happen. You know what I mean? So she blamed me because she ran out of gas. But she did not call me when she broke down. You a mile away from me. I can understand you being mad because you left angry, but I don't know what to believe. You feel me?
Yeah.
So she got back in the car with him. I told her I want the cash out because I didn't know who this guy is because he's out in the community. I'm ready to crash out, and she refuses to give me the cash out of the guy. So I'm like, it's crazy, man. I don't even know how to even take it. I don't even know.
You understand, Jess?
No.
Hold on, so Peter's basically saying his wife's car broke down, and the person that helped his wife was a stranger. The stranger sexually assaulted his wife.
Oh.
But then when she got gas, instead of calling him, she got back in the car with the guy that sexually assaulted her, and she has the guy's cash app, so he can find out who the guy is
through the cash app.
Right. But his wife won't give him the number. So he's saying he feels effed up because one, he wasn't there to help his wife get the gas, and two, he feels like he wants to fix this problem, but his wife won't give him the number. Am I saying that right, Peter?
Yeah, man, that's exactly what it is, man.
All right, was she lying? Straight up. Like, what are you talking about?
I'm glad you said it.
Yeah, and she lying. How you get sexually assaulted, you get back in the car. That sound like, one of these lawsuits that we keep talking about up here. You got back in the car after this man sexually assaulted you. And
that's what I was saying.
And man, you won't give me I'm trying to bring it to justice. I'm trying to whether you going to handle the dude or whatever. I mean, because you her husband or you her boyfriend?
That's my fiance.
Oh, okay, yeah. Don't walk down that aisle. That's crazy. She lying.
But let me ask you a question. How do you know she was sexually assaulted?
She told me.
What did she say he did?
She said he rubbed on her ass and said something to her. Yeah. So this is my thing, right? I'm like, damn, is this a guy she know, or is she telling me that so I could feel guilty because she told me her car was running out of gas? Like, I don't, God, you know what I mean?
But let me ask you.
I ain't even about that life.
But let me ask you a question, Peter and Jess. She didn't have to tell him she was sexually assaulted.
Nope, she didn't.
So it could have happened, and maybe she doesn't want to give you the number because she don't want you to do something and get yourself in trouble, get you arrested, and put you into where you can get in trouble. Could that be it?
Or maybe that was a cop out because she went MIA. You know what I'm saying? Like she didn't call him or nothing like that. So that was the cop out. Oh, he, just so he won't be mad at her. You know what I mean? But it's stupid because she didn't think that all the way through. You got this man cash app. All right, so now let me go do something about it, but now you're not giving it to me. You didn't think that all the way through. She used that as a cop out, as an excuse, like an alibi or something like that.
But why is she telling me all of that though? Like, why is she telling me she did sex assault? Why is she telling me about the cash app? Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I used to be a professional liar. Ain't no way I would have put them things a lie. You got me?
I get it. Well, I'm telling you, she lying, bro. I'm telling you, she's lying. That's what it is. So
Yeah.
you can do what you want to do with that, but at least you're not married yet, is what I'm going to say.
Yeah, that's where it got me at.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Sorry,
about
Peter.
that. Yeah. Good luck,
Appreciate
man.
y'all.
All right, man.
All right.
Damn, poor Peter.
Yeah, I know. Damn.
That sounds like that's her bae. That sounds like that's her little side boo that she got caught with.
But why would
Yeah.
she wouldn't have to tell him, though, that
Why
she got
would
sexually
you even
assaulted. She didn't
say
have to say
sexual-
anything.
yeah.
She could have said, a woman helped me out, or
Yeah,
anybody. A
whatever.
cop helped me out. She didn't have to say, the
Yeah.
dude helped me out and sexually assaulted me.
It feel like he was leaving something out.
Yep.
There's a hole in the story he ain't telling us.
It sounds like you trying to figure out, too.
Yep.
What you think? What you mean?
I just think that's her little boo on the side. That's just my personal opinion. But what do I know?
If you ain't even married and you got a boo on the side already, you don't need to get married. That usually comes
She just
later.
engaged now, so she ain't cut off her roster yet. That's what that is.
crazy. No, that is crazy. You supposed to cut off all of them after, like before he
When'd you cut
you don't
yours
know
off?
when he gonna propose, so you cut all them off right after the proposal. Like, all right, I'm sorry.
So when'd you cut your roster off, Jess?
Excuse me?
All right.
Huh?
Jess Fix My Mess. 800-585-1051. If you need Jess to fix your mess, call her now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
It's a read, but you're so good at it.
You trying to be a fake ass Charlamagne. There's only one Charlamagne involved.
Damn, Charlamagne, who you giving Donkey of the Day to now?
Well, Sexy Red, Donkey today goes to Andre Stephen Curtis Brodenax. I think I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. Probably not. Andre is 29 years old, and he was arrested in connection with the home invasion of a 75-year-old man from Detroit and the theft of a car. Let the record show, I don't have any remorse for people who commit home invasions. Okay, if you break into somebody's house while those people are home, you deserve whatever happens to you. If you break into somebody's house, period, you deserve whatever happens to you, okay? I don't care how old you are. I don't care what your race is. I don't care what your gender is. I don't care what your situation in life is. Homes are sanctuaries. Homes are safe spaces. If you disturb that and somebody happens to be home and shoots and kills you in the process, you earned it. Okay, if you get arrested and they give you 100 years in prison, you earned it. So in the case of Andre, don't look for me to shed no tears, okay? This man is 29 years old and committed a home invasion on a 75-year-old. But I'm going to tell you something. This man, Andre, is a special kind of coward. I mean, if you could create a coward the way you could create a My Player on NBA 2K25, everything would be 99. Okay, see, Andre had an accomplice. Okay, I don't think his accomplice had much of a choice in the matter, but he had an accomplice nonetheless. Him and his accomplice came to the scene of a crime in an alleged stolen car. But Andre ended up fleeing the scene of the crime on foot after the 75-year-old's son arrived at the property. And Andre just left his accomplice at the scene of the crime. Now, after you hear who his accomplice was, you tell me if Andre is a coward. Let's go to 7 ABC News for the report, please.
On a burglary of an occupied residence.
The call went out April 29th around 8:45 p.m. A man was allegedly caught in the act of breaking into an East Side Detroit home.
Now that scene says his son and grandson caught people breaking into the home.
The suspect allegedly drove a stolen car to the scene and after being caught by the homeowner, took off on foot, leaving the car and his 11-year-old daughter behind.
Guy broke into the home. The homeowner caught him. He left behind a child and a stolen vehicle.
Eventually, police caught the man, 29-year-old Andre Stefan Curtis Brodenax, who now faces multiple felonies for not just the home invasion and stolen car, but also for allegedly forcing his 11-year-old daughter to help with the break-in.
That's crazy.
Andre is 29 and had his 11-year-old daughter with him while he did a home invasion, and he wanted his 11-year-old daughter to help, and he had a stolen car. And y'all want me to stop using the word retarded. Okay? The definition of the word retarded in the dictionary is less advanced in mental, physical, or social development than is usual for one's age. Andre is 29. His frontal cortex is fully developed. You tell me why he would take his 11-year-old daughter with him while he did a home invasion and ask his 11-year-old daughter to help. What else could it be except for retardation? Huh? Prosecutor said he made his young daughter help him. I don't know what his young daughter was supposed to do in this situation.
She was the lookout. She was probably the lookout.
The lookout? Okay? Listen, the fact he even had her there to begin with, why? There is a lot of daddy-daughter bonding activities I can think of. Cooking family meals, movies, tea parties, bowling. What's some stuff you do, Envy?
You could do, of course, dance dad. There's kickball. There's basketball. There is drawing, coloring. Yes. You can do your daughter's nails. You know, do the hair. You know.
Jess, what does Chris do with Molly? Cut the grass, hedges. What else?
Wow.
What?
Move on.
Wow.
All I'm saying is home invasions are not on that list. Okay, this man Andre took Bring Your Child to Work Day to a felony level. Imagine being 11 years old thinking you're going to a park. Next thing you know, you're holding a flashlight for your daddy while he's crawling through a window. This is why we need background checks, not just for guns, but for daddies. Okay, you're not a father, Andre. You're a failed GTA tutorial with custody rights. And I know that child's mother is somewhere regretting the day she let Andre shoot her club up. Okay, I know you can't take back your fornication, but in situations like this, I know that woman is wishing she could. What is wrong with you, brothers? You got some men just leaving their children at McDonald's because they don't have a sitter, and you got some men taking their daughters on home invasions because you want your 11-year-old daughter to help. The moral of the story is there's absolutely never a reason to run out of your daughter's life, even if you just got caught doing a home invasion. Please give Andre Stephen Curtis Broadenax the biggest hee-haw. Actually, Andre probably does need to run out of this child's life. This is actually probably the one time that I would say, you know what? Run. run for your life. Actually, she need to run for her life and get as far away from him as possible.
That is sad.
It is.
That's crazy.
What's even sadder is you played
what?
with my husband just now.
No, I did not.
He has never cut the hedges with my daughter, ever.
She didn't say didn't cut the hedges. He just said not with the daughter.
And Molly's young. Wait till Molly get about
Envy.
3.
Sorry. And I know you're not over there.
Sorry.
Sorry.
The Breakfast Club.
Dog Year Today is brought to you by the law office of Michael S. Lamonsoff. Peace to the planet. I go by the name of Charlamagne the God. Look, when I hear Dad, I need a new laptop, headphones, and smartphone, I already know I'm about to drop the stack. But with Back Market, it doesn't have to be that way. They've got verified, refurbished tech that works and looks like new.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club, and we got a special guest in the building.
He's got a new album coming out on July 3rd. Trae the Truth is here. How you doing, man? You got your little one with you?
Yeah.
You don't even care.
Nope. I don't give a damn about nothing.
Yeah. She'll pop in when she wants to, but right now she on her game.
Yeah.
What's she playing?
Huh? Oh, well, she wants, so go ahead. You can have your gun, baby.
Okay. What you How long she been asking you for that gum, Trae?
Right.
Because she'll chew it and then spit out gum, then want more. She'll do it all day, but.
So how much softer has she made you?
I think that's self-explanatory to the world.
You got Trae doing TikToks. Trae dancing.
I love it though. But this is what you wanted. You know, this is exactly what you're getting, exactly what you wanted, what you asked for, and everything. So it's good to see you in dad mode.
Yeah, man. So a full-time job, but people really treat her as management. So like I did, I was doing the interview in Atlanta a day ago, and I couldn't do the interview unless they brought her Bojangles.
Hilarious.
Oh gosh.
So right now we fulfilling her riders.
I know that's right.
Now the new album is called Angel. Tell us why.
Of course, you know, it's inspired by my daughter. You know, my whole the whole process of everything I went through. I think this album probably, people say, will be the most vulnerable I've been, as far as most just open about everything I was going through. And it mean a lot to me. I mean, it mean a lot to me. You know, I've always been able to do dope music, but this album was recorded in the process of what I was going through. So this one definitely gonna be something. And I think it's just the climate of the culture, man. Everybody going through rough and dark times right now. So everybody ain't always club wise or turned up, you know.
Oh, them days over.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say because Houston is the party city right now.
But I'm talking about for our era, because you know we grown. Like, you know, and who making the music for us now? You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's in your deck right now? Other than old school, I still love old school.
It depends. Like, 'cause I end up listening to songs more than like projects, right? Like, I'm listening to that new Erykah Badu and Alchemist. I've been riding the Ray Vaughn this year. As far as the youngin' is concerned, the Good, the Bad, and the Dollar Menu.
He been listening to the Flutes, Andre 3000. You definitely.
He put out a piano album. The piano album.
Flutes. Okay.
Yeah, so that's probably that's pretty much it. I listen to like singles. I don't listen to like full projects that much.
Is it because nobody put something together as a whole you like, or?
I think that's what it is. That's what it is. Because if it's a full project that I like I listen to GNX, you know what I mean? Or like I said, I listen to Ray Vaughn. But if it's not a full project that I like, I'm just gonna go to singles.
Now, was your album in story mode? Because I know that was a long process that you had to go through. Right now, is it in story mode, and is it like what I mean by story mode from the beginning to now?
Oh, I think each part touches just different moments within that was happening and different moments within my life. It's not like necessarily in the order of how things happen, but I think it's set up so from start to finish you'll get the feel that you need. You know, every moment in there definitely be a different highlight. You know, but for me it's a lot of people say, you know, a lot of people have their favorite picks of my album, but for me personally, this would probably be one of my favorites right now.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's close to home.
For sure.
Was it therapeutic to write this project?
Yes. It wasn't even writing. What happened was when they finally got me to leave LA to take a break, you know, because the main thing that was being pressed to me was sometimes I could be in God's way if I'm trying to do it my way. So I finally got to understand that if I leave, go do something like work, get in the process of things I love. So I went for probably like 3 days, and I just recorded back to back. Wasn't even necessarily writing. I ain't wrote music in so long. I just go in there and just get it off. So the two things I did when I left LA for that short amount of time, I did the album, and then I went to help with the hurricane in the Carolinas. So you know, those two things that give me my energy, you know.
Yeah. Was it any song on the project that you felt like where you broke down, like it was very challenging?
I think through the project you'll hear different stuff, and I think it was displayed a certain way to where it almost make other people break down when they hear it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of moments in there like that, and you know, but it's a lot of proud moments too. Like, you know, I got the record All Right on there with Lecrae and True featured on there. Like, it's, you know, it's different moments that it's just a whole roller coaster, but it's set up the right way, you know.
So Baby Girl is on the album.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
She on there a couple times.
Okay.
Yeah.
She rapping or she just talking or she popping her gum?
She was singing, but she sung on this album. But you know, she raps, she do her thing, whatever she feel like doing.
That's why she got a writer.
That's right.
What was that feeling like, man, when you because you know, Truth was reported missing back in August of 2024. What was that moment like when you first found her? Like when you realized she was good and you was about to go see her?
Man, it was excitement, nervous, your brain moving 1,000 miles per hour because you're wondering, how is this first interaction gonna be? Is it gonna be, man, I missed you, Pops? Is it gonna be, I've been away from you for a minute, I'm cautious? So it was just, man, it was a lot. Funny part is when I got the call, jumped up because I got it on New Year's. I had just went to church that night for New Year's, and I got the call like 5 from the U.S. Marshals, and they like, we found her, and they're close to the border of Mexico. So I jumped out the bed. I'm running from the bed to the bathroom when all the while I'm supposed to be trying to get dressed. But after 20 minutes of going back and forth and absolutely doing nothing, that let me know I was in a whole other world, nervous. But called my youngest son, Houston. He was upstairs. I'm like, man, bro, we gotta go. He there's 30 minutes. We booked a flight. We flew to San Diego. My bro Rob picked us up in San Diego, and we drove down to the border. So when I get there, man, you know, I'm nervous the whole time. So finally, when I first seen her, if you have seen the video, she was a little hesitant, you know, because you know at this point I don't know what's going through her head. So, but at the end of the day, she do know I'm pops, and she know I'm always gonna protect her. So, she come to me. I could tell she was with mixed emotion, but when I tell her to turn around and she seeing her brother, it's like all was forgotten at that moment. It was like she was like, "Yeah, I'm back with my guys" at that moment, and from that moment to as we sit here now, we've been nonstop together. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot because it makes me like to think all of just, you know, from being in the streets to the music to everything else. Now most of my days, if I'm not sitting up watching cartoons of her, taking her to the trampoline, making sure she get through school. Now that was another hard moment though. Like when she first came back, she didn't want to be around no other kids. She was like, well, I want to do homeschool. And I kept, you know, we were working, but I kept pressing her like, man, just try and be around. So when I finally got her to go, she agreed to go for like maybe an hour or two a day. So I would sit outside the door. So anytime she come look through that crack, I'd be just sitting on the chair till she was ready to go. And we worked, and she very sharp. So even missing all the months of school, like 4 or 5 months, she came through, ended up graduating her class, top of her class, and she on go now.
Was there any conversations with her mother?
No, not yet.
Damn. So you don't even know why she did what she did? Or?
I'm gonna be honest, man. I do my best not to even go there to too much speak about it. You know what I'm saying? As far as I just really focus on making sure her day is happy, making sure we focus, and I'm doing everything I can to be the best father I can. Because I feel like when that time come, it'll come. But you know, at the end of the day, it's all in God's hands. And then I be real big on what I say, because we never had a conversation about that. Like, you know, I don't speak on that with her. It's strictly what we got going on. And you know, with us, it's a full-time job, because you know, truth, from singing to acting to energy to now she on her YouTube to Instagram to it'd be a lot with her. But you know, it's a good thing, because we blessed to be able to bring our kids into our world, but then to watch them do their own thing too. So, and I'm not forcing her with nothing, you know. Yeah.
Are you giving the dad okay or the dad yes to the YouTube?
Oh yeah. One thing they know, I ain't playing with my baby. So, but the thing is, she's always, all my kids always had their own fan base based off them being my kids. So, a lot of the world in Houston and a lot of the world in the industry, they watch them grow up as a whole. Yeah. Because we did the BET. You would think, of course, everybody excited to see me, but they were probably just more excited to see her. So you see her on pictures with everybody. Yeah. So it's a good thing.
You know, you've been through so many losses, man. Battles with, you know, radio stations and lawsuits, but you always stand tall. Like what kept you grounded during the moments when people like really tried to silence you, or like just hold Trae back?
God, definitely God. God is the key to all, man. Because what I've learned, and even now I'm going through the learning process of having faith more. Because you know, I feel I have faith, but I guess he may expect a little more from me, so I'm working on having a lot more. And I was telling someone the other day that my spiritual advisor, we call her Gigi, she was on me hard about praying for my enemies, everybody who did me wrong, just being a lot more forgiving. And you know, for people like us, it's like, man, you did so much to me. Like I don't hate you, but I don't want to be in that aspect. But I definitely humble myself, and daily that's what I pray for. I pray for enemies and just a lot of other things, man. And I think the more that I do that, the more at peace I be with my kids and other things, you know, because I think the last thing I'm trying to master is being unbothered. I ain't mastered that part yet, but I'm trying to get there, you know.
Yeah.
Because there could be certain stuff you say is going to trigger me, and it just is what it is. Yeah.
Do you feel like you get enough flowers or recognition for the things that you do in the community?
I think when you don't look for it, I don't really have a gauge of if I feel I get too much, too little, or if I feel I need more. I think I just do the work. But I can tell you moments that I be the most down, it be moments like that lift me up. And you wouldn't believe how many in the industry, you wouldn't believe how many just men and women across the world, no matter where me and Truth go, the first thing they'll be like, man, I was praying for you. I watched everything you went through. So to watch people do that and be happy and motivated to see how strong and how dedicated I was to get to my child, moments like that bring you through. And then moments of coming across people and they be like, man, you don't know, you don't know, you helped my auntie down here, you did this, that, that lady that you did this for, that was my relative. So stuff like that would kind of keep me going, you know, because it's like the work is really getting noticed, you know.
Do you think more rappers would be involved in activism if they felt like it wouldn't hurt their brand, so to speak?
See, the difference with me is I didn't care if it, because I always been me. You know, you got to think I'm one of the few rappers that never smoke or drink. Like I've always stood on my own and been my own leader. So when I did it, when I got out there, whether it's fighting on the front lines for people who passed or the disasters, I'm not thinking about what nobody else gonna feel. I'm just doing me, and I think that's what people respect. But believe it or not, majority of the industry and others, man, they hit my phone on the regular. Man, next time you go out, let me come out.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. Like it was a saying. Somebody told me, they're like, man, Trae, you made it cool to give back, because if you go back to just looking when it really got heavy, you start watching people from all over. Like, man, this holiday, this, I need to make sure I'm doing that. So to be able to be part of planting that seed for a lot of people to follow that blueprint was definitely major, because the thing for me is it's a lot of people who need it. You know what I'm saying? A lot.
Hey Trae, hey Truth. Hey y'all. Question, when you are going through different things, right, and people expect this like perfect symbol of what Trae the Truth is, like what do you lean on when, you know, you're trying to let people know like, hey, I'm not perfect?
I think the hardest thing, and it's about to what Charlamagne seen, I don't know if y'all seen it, it's a one-on-one sit down that's gonna come out with Tip, and I think being at a point where you can take accountability and growth, I think people can appreciate that more, to understand that I'm human and I make mistakes like anybody else do. And mistakes don't necessarily stop you or define you as a whole, because you still can keep doing the work and become better than what you were in that moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to be me.
How you think that interview is going to be received?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think it was just, it's honesty. And it's honesty to the point where I felt like you can see me and him don't necessarily agree on everything, but you get the real, you know what I'm saying? And I think that'll always outweigh in the end. Of course, in this day and time with social media, it's different. You know, people be so weird on the internet, but as a whole, I think you never can override just being authentic and real, you know. Sometimes it may be blunt, it may be brutal, but at some point you have to be like, yeah, all right, I get it.
Are there any relationships you hope to heal with that interview?
I think I hope to get to a point where I have no issues, which in my mind right now I ain't got no issues with nobody. I'm past that, you know, because the thing is, man, a lot came with those prayers, with those fight moments to even get to the point where I am with Lil One. And you gotta ask yourself, man, in these situations, what's worth more? And for me, my kids and my family is worth more than anything. So at this point, it's like, hey, do I want to run around with pride and ego and stay focused on this way, or get to a point where, man, if it ain't affecting me and mine, and I'm not gonna let nothing jeopardize me and mine, then I'm cool. So I think I'm at a point I ain't got no issues with nobody. Actually, like I rarely even think about anything with anybody else. Like my days is strictly trying to keep up with my kids, you know. But you know, I'm working through it.
What's the symbolism of dropping an angel on your birthday?
It was supposed to be promoted way before, and I didn't do what I'm supposed to do. But man, so you know they say, man, delayed ain't denied. So from God. So the thing is, I feel like maybe it didn't align at the right time, so maybe it will. Maybe it will align now, whether it be, my birthday and Trae Day coming right around the corner too.
July 17th to the 20th.
Yeah, July 7th. And this is going to be a big one as always. It's going to be year number 16, man. And that's to even take that in to be 16 years of taking care of the people.
Crazy.
Yeah. But honestly, you get to, when you get in these moments in the situations that I've been in, sometimes just being transparent with y'all, you can get to doubting yourself a lot. You know what I'm saying? So you got to get through them moments to know it's going to be all right. Because if I would have dropped the album right when this was happening, it might have been the perfect time to drop it. But of course, me, I was very hesitant on it, and I wasn't even really thinking about music at the time. And I was getting ready to drop it, and then I realized I ain't doing nothing I'm supposed to do. So I'm just like, man, at this point, I'm going to drop it on my birthday, and I'm going to get in where I fit in, man. This is the new day and era anyway. You don't have to promote months in advance when you drop. So sometimes you can drop and then come back and promote. So I'm going to make the best out of it.
Yeah.
And for Trae Day, the dads matter. Y'all talked about the...
We ain't got to Trae Day yet.
Okay, I was going to say the dads...
We know you're going to be on top of it. Well, I'm proud of you because I'm watching you doing your thing. But yeah, I know you're going to be on top of it.
I've been out of the interview, so I didn't want to re-ask any questions. But the dads matter, the conversation that you're going to focus Trae Day around this year.
Yeah.
What other dads are involved that we might know?
Corey Hardet.
Nice.
Ricky Smiley. Compton from Black Ink. Reggie Brass. He's out of LA. He's an advocate for fathers and children. That's who actually helped me to get a lot of knowledge when I was, even before I got to the process of the situation I was in. He helped me for years. It's gonna be quite a few, and the reason I'm doing that is because throughout my journey, man, there was so many fathers that was like, man, I wish I had the strength of you, because I got so frustrated, I just backed away. They want me out the picture, I'm gonna just get out the picture, and it's like, for me, they want to go that way. Yeah, I couldn't do that, but I understand, because they feel like they don't have the money, they don't have the means, they don't have the knowledge, they don't even have the motivation to do it, because different people built to handle situations in different ways. But I think this conversation is never to bash a woman at all, but it's about to show fathers. It's going to be a bunch of legal people there too. It's showing fathers, hey, these are some of the processes you can go to. These are some of the things you need to know, because the thing is, sometimes you can get in there and represent yourself if you just take the time to, instead of getting frustrated, and know their rights. You got to think, so many people pay child support, don't even get to see their kids. It's just, and they don't know the rights that they have. So I think that, and I'm working. Shout out my lawyer, Stephanie Prophet. I told her, and I was dealing with Black and Missing.
The Black and Missing Foundation.
Yeah, Natalie, I was saying I want to work to go to legislators so we can try and find some of these laws that'll give dads a fair shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To where, because believe it or not, legally, when it comes to a custody situation, man, officers they ain't gonna eat. You can be all the way in the right and have your baby, and they'll be like, yeah, this ain't that criminal type of matter. Y'all on your own, y'all figure it out. And sometimes they may place a child in the wrong hands by just simply not caring. And I feel like that's a serious situation, because if it was their child, they're gonna want people to take stuff a lot more seriously. So it's just trying to get the knowledge and just starting the pre-steps to get things together for dads, because I feel like a lot of parents need a lot of kids need their parents in their life. Because if we ain't got role models, or we ain't got our pops or our family like that, that's what make us roam and do the things that we do. And that's what make a lot of the young homies lash out, because they feel like they ain't got nobody. And then a lot of times they feel like they ain't got nobody because they've been taught and told things so long. So when they finally do have that conversation, they like, I had this all wrong. I was made to believe you ain't care about me at all, and that don't necessarily be the case.
I got a couple more questions. Okay.
Now that you have a new manager,
Yes.
right? How was the dating life?
Man, I've been single for so long, and you know what she told me?
What?
I don't need nobody else. I'm out. She's all I need.
That's the only time she responded to the whole interview. She been stoic and cool the whole interview until you brought that up.
Oh my God. That's right. It's
So
only you.
Yeah, she ain't going for it. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, as a parent, you're gonna sacrifice everything for your kids. Meaning, even if that means put my career on the back burner to raise my kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, as of now, man, I've been single so long. It's the new norm. Because I feel like everything I'm doing now got to be purpose. So if it ever get to that point, first and foremost, it got to be somebody that my kids really, that's genuine with my kids.
That's right.
And the rest will fall in play. But when I tell you a full-time job with this one here, I think a female.
She's like, hush, daddy. Hush your dog.
I think a female will be irritated with me because they like, man, like, because the options we have is slim because you ain't gonna be able to give us no phone time, no in lifetime, and it's just I'm always with her.
Hush, daddy. I want you to have somebody's one day. It's not right now.
How old is you?
I'm 6.
Okay, and Dad is the only one
who's 44, about to be 50.
Oh, I know that's right. Okay, now we know how old Trae is. Good, big Trae and little Trae.
Angel will be out July 3rd, man. Yeah. Trae, always a pleasure. Truth, good to see you.
I love it.
I'm glad to see you in this space, Trae.
I did.
Yes. Loren, this is going to be who you had to reach out to. You had to reach out to her for the facts.
She gives me all
Truth is the source. It's the Breakfast Club.
What you gonna say? This truth, and they tuned in to what?
The Breakfast Club.
Hey.
Okay.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. But leave us on a positive note.
The positive note is this: maturity is when you know the other person is lying, but you just smile and let it go.
Breakfast Club, bitches.
Y'all finished or y'all done?